righty, my fam, my peeps, my loved ones. So the year is just about to be done. We're done with it. 2024 is a bon voyage later. See ya. And if you've been sitting on the sidelines thinking about investing, this episode is absolutely for you. Guys, 2025 is right around the corner. And I know some of you have been thinking to yourself, or maybe even saying to others, that you're going to start investing in real estate and multifamily real estate or real estate in general. You might have been saying this for years. I'll invest when the time is right. The market is too soft. The market is too hot. Or I'm waiting for the perfect deal. Let me tell you guys, there is no perfect deal. And the best time to start was yesterday. But the second best time to start, right now. So let's jump into it, guys. Today, we're going to cut through the noise. We're going to shed all the crap, all the nonsense. We're going to throw it into the garbage can and say, adios, bon voyage. And we're going to start talking about how 2025 is the year that you finally stop waiting and start building. No more excuses. Let's make some moves. All right. So for this first section of this podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit about why inaction is actually the biggest risk. So now we're jumping into 2025. You need to take action. Inaction will get you nowhere. Action will progress and move you forward, no matter if you fail, which you will fail at times, or make mistakes. If you don't take action, you're absolutely going to fail. The only time you fail is when you don't actually do it. So there is no failure in progress in taking action. There are just mistakes, and you can grow from those mistakes. Okay. Those mistakes are what are going to make you a better investor, make you a better business person, a better person overall. So if you've been watching the market like me, interest rates are up, competition has cooled a lot, and some investors, or a lot of investors, are pausing. They are what's called pencils down right now. While others wait, opportunities are abound. Don't be the pencils down person, because now is when the opportunity is. Real estate, if you know it, is a long game. You're not going to buy one multifamily building and be rich. You're not going to live off of it. Unless, of course, you buy it by yourself and you're getting a consistent 8% return, or whatever, however amount of money you need to replace your income. I speak about this a lot. You need to back engineer your financial freedom number. If you want to make $10,000 a month, you have to have $2 to $3 million invested. If you don't have $2 to $3 million to invest, you need to start building equity in deals little by little. So think about your position right now. If you have millions of dollars to invest, yes, you can retire. You can buy a building by yourself or with a team. You have your $2 to $3 million invested in that deal. You have 5 to 8% return, giving you your $10,000 a month that you need to survive. Okay. If you have zero money to invest, you have to start building up equity in deals by gaining ownership in deals. That's what I do. I have to get equity in deals. How do I get equity? I find deals, I close the deals, and I take ownership, a percentage of ownership in each deal. That will turn into cash once we refinance or sell 3, 5 years, 7 years down the road. You take that cash, you reinvest it. Real estate is really a long game, even for the $2 to $3 million investor. And here's why. That $2 to $3 million investor probably did not stumble upon $2 to $3 million and just say, oh, I'm going to invest it. That person probably built that up and is used to living a pretty luxurious life, let's say. So that person is not going to be satisfied with the $10,000 a month, and they probably want more. So they are also going to have to be building just like you are, although at a different scale and a different level. Also, my word of caution for those $2 to $3 million investors, you don't want to put all of your money in one deal, and you don't want to work and do it alone, as I said. So regardless, you are building your wealth at whatever level of capital you begin with. You're in the game to build that and have that money work for you. So, truth bomb, guys. I have talked to plenty of investors who regret not starting their journey earlier, but I've never met one single person that said, I wish I waited longer. 2025, my family, my loved ones, this is for you. Let's get the F in the game. Get started. Enough of this. Now, let's move on. We're going to get started this year, 2025. Start small and start smart. This is what I want to drill into you. Many of the reasons why, or one of the main reasons why people don't get invested or don't get started is because they're overwhelmed by it. Either they have lack of education, which is acceptable, or they're just overwhelmed by the thought of buying an entire building by themselves or even with partners. So start small. You don't have to buy a 200 unit complex. You don't have to buy a 100-unit complex. You don't even have to buy a 50. You can buy a 5-unit. That's commercial multifamily. You could probably even do that by yourself. You can buy a 20-unit, and that is acceptable depending on the market and who you're partnering up with. You always want to have some sort of experience on your team if you lack the experience. You always want to have capital on your team if you lack the capital. This goes back to complementary skill sets. You're going to be partnering and working with people that have complementary skill sets. And if you're doing it alone, you better have no full-time job, no W-2, because this is going to be your full-time job. Start small and start smart. Maybe you can house hack. I wish that I would have done this in my younger years. I wish I would have got a small house hacked it, and continued to build that. If you're not familiar with house hacking, then you're not really in the game enough, and you should be in the know at this point. House hacking is where you buy, let's say, a duplex. It could even be a single family. It could be a triplex, duplex, quad, whatever. You buy it and you rent out a portion of it, whether it be a room to friends or roommates or, even family members, or a unit that you rent out to strangers, right? So this is one way to start having people pay for your mortgage and your rent for you. You own the building, they pay it down for you, you get all the benefits. Partner up, bring partners in with you. You need to start talking to people, start networking, join meetup groups, join Zoom calls, join events where you will find your partners. And remember, as I always say, your partnerships might not work out at first, but that's okay. You're going to go through the motions. You're going to do everything you can to make excellent partners and partnerships moving forward. If you make mistakes, who cares? We're all going to make mistakes. It's okay. Syndications, guys, there's always the opportunity to invest in a syndication, whether or not you want to do it as an LP, limited partner, or a GP, general partner. Syndications are an excellent way to get involved in real estate. I highly recommend, if you have never done a deal, obviously, starting as a limited partner, LP, in somebody else's deal. This will give you an insane amount of inside information of what the investing world is like. Try to find an operator, a GP, a general partner that you can work with as an LP to kind of get some insider information. Try to get a little bit more out of them. Have them be available for calls, for discussions, for questions. Get as much data and information from these people who are in the thick of it. Start with duplexes or quads, triplexes. You can start with residential properties and then move up to a fiveplex, or even jump right into a fiveplex. I think that is completely acceptable for your first deal. Even up to 20 units, I think it's all acceptable. As long as you bring on the right team and the right partners, you can take down anything, really. But I just caution against, if you are the lead on a deal, let's say you're going right into syndications, I caution against that, because you have no proof of concept for your investors. You have no way of showing them that you are credible and that you are going to succeed. So I highly recommend that if you're going to do your first deal as a syndication, which I actually did, you're going to play a minor role on that team. And that's totally fine, totally acceptable. My first deal, guys, was 194 units. I caution against that if you are the lead operator. If you are me, a co-sponsor, it was highly valuable. I brought in a few friends and family members to bring in capital. And that's how I got into that deal. I joined an amazing team that I still communicate with and talk with today, even though we sold that deal 2 years ago. Look at what's realistic for you. Try to take a step back right now. Think about what your financial situation is. Think about what your time commitment is. Think about what your education level is, and start taking steps. You are going to close on a deal in 2025. There is no way of getting around it. You are going to do that. If you're listening to this podcast right now, you're going to close on a deal in 2025, either by being it your own deal or partnering with others to do a joint venture or doing a syndication. If this is your first deal as doing a syndication, then you're going to take the co-sponsor role and you're not going to be the lead sponsor on the deal. Once you get one deal done, you're going to find the momentum happening. This is going to be the snowball effect. I am excited for you. 2025, you're going to buy deals. I'm going to buy deals. Don't get discouraged if you're not making much money on your deals. That's not the point. You want to hit singles, you want to hit doubles, you want to get deals and get the ball rolling so that you begin to gain credibility with your investors, credibility with your network, credibility with brokers so that they're going to send you more deals. You're going to ensure that these deals are cash flowing, and you're going to enjoy the process. You're going to educate yourself. You're going to learn a lot, and you're going to start the road, the journey towards your personal financial freedom. There is work involved. And if you think there's no work involved, you're in trouble. I'm telling you right now, there is a lot of work involved, work that cannot be unveiled or unraveled here in one podcast episode. You will find out yourself when you are in the trenches doing your own deals, how much work is involved. I highly recommend you start as an LP, a limited partner in other people's deals. Like I said before, if you have the capital to do so. And if you don't, you need to be 100% educated on how you are bringing in your capital, your partner's capital, your friend's capital, your family's capital, if you're co-sponsoring on a deal. But the main point of this little section here in this podcast, Start Smart, Start Small, is to take steps and start. These small steps will compound over time. 1% better every day will be compounded by the end of the year. You will be amazed at what you have accomplished, and know that it's still going to take 5 to 10 years after that for you to reach your absolute goals. And also know that that's okay, because if you wait another year, it's still going to take 5 to 10 years from that point. And if you wait a few years, it's still going to take 5 to 10 years from that point, and the fire in you might be burnt out. Don't hesitate. Let's go, fam. Let's do this. Am I pumping you up? I hope so. Let's talk a little bit about fear. Fear is real, guys. Everybody has it. If you do not have fear, you are a liar or a psychopath, perhaps a sociopath. Let's be real, guys. It's part of the process. You're risking your money. You're making big decisions. You're stepping into unfamiliar territory. But guess what? That is where growth happens. We have to step outside of our comfort zone. We have to push ourselves in order to grow. If you work out, you know the deal. You rip those muscles, you tear those muscles little by little, they grow back stronger and bigger. This is what we're going to be doing here with our education experience. We are going to be tearing the muscles of our lack of experience to gain experience. We are going to make mistakes by ripping these muscles, and we are going to grow those muscles bigger and stronger with each action step we take. I highly recommend and always preach, be a lifelong learner. So you're going to educate yourself, yes, but you're not done educating yourself. You are never done educating yourself. You're going to listen to podcasts. You're going to listen to books. You're going to listen to the most recent and up-to-date news and media, and you're going to be involved in the real estate game. Find the best books. Listen to them. I can give you a slew of books to listen to or read right now, a slew of podcasts to be subscribed to listen to right now. You have to be involved in understanding what is going on in the market, understanding how to do deals, and understanding the latest strategies for being successful in the multifamily space. So education is one piece of overcoming fear. Another piece is partnering. This really, really takes a lot of pressure off of you. If you can partner with the right people, divvy up or ration up that risk, your fear will be diminished significantly. Although there will always be fear. You're just going to live in fear, and it's okay. It's okay. Whoever coined the term fear is bad is a loser and should be kicked out. Get rid of them. They're not joining us in 2025. Whoever thinks fear is bad is staying in 2024. We're going to jump into that fear. We're going to jump into the fire. We're firemen. We jump into the fire, but we make it out. We survive. Okay. Build on a team, guys. Lean on experts, brokers, lenders, property managers. You are not alone here. Attorneys, insurance brokers, inspectors, contractors. Build this team up. and build your partners up as well. You're going to look at deals with partners. You're going to navigate the underwriting process with other people. Look at deals together. Look at how they look at deals. Look at how you act and look at deals, and make sure you are working with somebody that has a complementary skill set to what you offer. Do not get into a deal with somebody who's got the same exact skills as you. You're just going to butt heads. And then you're going to be hiring out for the other talent that you need. You're going to have to find people to do the other jobs regardless. If both of you are underwriters, who the hell is going to do the capex? If both of you are the underwriters, who's going to find the deal? Who's going to negotiate with the broker? If both of you just underwrite, who's going to talk to the investors? If both of you just underwrite, who are you going to find that knows the back end technology of things, that is going to build systems and processes for you and your business to grow and scale? Be the underwriter. That's okay. Jump on it with a team that does all the other things, and you will succeed. Focus one step at a time. LOI today, due diligence tomorrow. Don't get overwhelmed with the fact that you're buying $1 million property. It's happening. It's going to happen. You're going to do this. You're going to do this year, 2025. And you know what? Yes, fear is always there, but it fades away with action. We can diminish the fear. We can shove it under the rug, shove it under the carpet, or live with it and overcome it with each step we take towards our goals. If we are truly aligned with our goals, the fear will just be a background noise that we don't have to listen to. It's there. We're just not going to listen to it. Take that step, guys. January 2025, take a step. Submit an LOI. February, get an LOI accepted. Move to due diligence. March, you're going through the trenches. You're freaking out. You can't raise enough capital. You don't know where you're going to get the money. And in March, you're going to figure it out. You're going to close in the beginning of April. Leasing season is going to start up. You're going to crush your goals. And along the way, you're going to fail. You're going to misstep. You're going to make mistakes. Don't get blushy. Don't get red in the face. Who cares? I'm telling you right now, I love your mistakes. Your mistakes are wonderful. Keep them up. Let's crush this year. Let's come up with some sort of a game plan. Like I was mentioning, I just did a quick overview of goals, right? Let's set some goals up. January. Underwrite 20 deals. All right, fine. 10 deals, 5 deals, whatever it is. Make sure you stick to it. Tell yourself you're going to underwrite a certain amount of deals. And let's be clear here. In order to win a deal, you have to underwrite at least 80 deals. And I'm not talking about back of the napkin stuff. I'm talking about getting deep, really underwriting, really analyzing, looking at the deal, looking at the T12, looking at the rent rolls, and filling out and completing an entire spreadsheet and underwriting the deal. Talk to the brokers. Every deal that you underwrite, whether it be 5 or 20 or 30 in January, which will only get you closer to your goals, or 50, which will only get you closer to your goals, you're going to speak with the broker on. So underwrite 5 deals, talk to 5 brokers or the same broker 5 times. Give your advice, give your guidance, talk about the deal. You will learn so much from how the broker thinks as well as how deals are put together, because guess what, guys? You're going to sell one day too. And you want to see how the broker's thinking and seeing the market, and also just showing and posturing yourself up as a potential buyer. You have to provide feedback. Meet new brokers. You can go on ccim.com. You can go on LoopNet. You can go on Crexy. You can find so many brokers by networking and just saying, hey, do you have somebody else who works in this region? Sometimes brokers are regional, like region specific. So like I work with a broker who is, let's say, or a brokerage that is in all of Central Florida, but they might have a specialist who is in Polk County. They might have a specialist in Hillsborough County. Talk to those people. Share your vision, your goals, share your criteria with these brokers. Tour at least one property in January. This is your January. January 2025, you're going to underwrite 5 to 50 multifamily deals. I'm here with you. Know that every single night you're underwriting, I am doing it too. Know that every single after hour, lunch hour that you're underwriting and struggling to figure things out, I am doing it with you because I do the same thing. Know that it's late on a Sunday night and you forgot to do your underwriting. You're doing it now and you're tired, you're exhausted, you have a long week ahead of you, but you're doing it. I am doing it with you. Tour a property in January, guys. Go check out a property. Do a property tour with a broker. shake their hands, dress however you want to dress, take pictures, take notes, provide feedback to the brokers. Now, you have your own goals, set them. I am submitting LOIs all the time. I want you to submit at least one LOI in January. Get that ball rolling. If you underwrite 80 deals by February, you might have one accepted, an offer accepted by then. And you can have your deal closed and operating by April. How incredible is that? Yes, it's going to be a lot of work. Yes, you're going to hit so many roadblocks and challenges, but you're going to figure it out. You're going to make it to the other end. Why? Because I believe in you and I love you and I know that you can do this. This game can be for anybody who truly wants it. You can be a multifamily investor right now. All right. I hope I inspired you a little bit. I hope I gave you a little bit of encouragement to jump in and know that 2025 is your year. Forget about the noise of the fear. Forget about the noise of softening market, higher interest rates, higher inflation, higher unemployment. Yeah. Okay. Maybe find the market that works for you. And also know that in times of greed, you should be heading for the hills. But in times of fear, it's time to get greedy. This is your opportunity, guys. Multifamily is down 20 to 40% than what it was 2 years ago. Pricing. This is your opportunity to buy at an excellent price point. Make sure it cash flows for the next 5 years and watch the magic happen. 2025 could be the year you look back on and say, that's when everything changed for me. That's when I became a multifamily investor. But that won't happen if you get stuck in the analysis paralysis phase. You're going to take action tomorrow, today, right now. Get off this podcast, take action, start underwriting deals. If there's a deal that you know you're kind of close on, offer on it. Don't lose a deal over $5,000, okay? Make it happen. Figure it out. I believe in you, and I know that you're capable of doing this. Real estate has changed my life. I'm not financially free, 100% transparent. I'm not there yet, but I will be. Why? Because I've been doing this for 5 years, and another 5 years from now, I'm very, very certain that my life will be drastically different. I still work my W-2. You might be working your W-2, and you might be working crazy hours, but you're going to do it because this is worth it. Most millionaires made their money in real estate, or at least invest in real estate. So, guys, take the leap today, right now. Let's make 2025 the year that you finally become a multifamily investor. You got this. Let's crush this, guys. One deal at a time. I love you. All right, and that's a wrap, Small Axe community. So I wanted to take a minute to say thank you so much for listening to the show. And if you liked it or got any value from it, it would really mean the world to me if you would share it with someone else and write a review. Remember, guys, keep sharpening those axes. Let's get out there. Let's crush it. Love you guys.